All right, back with you. Video number two tonight. In this video series, I want to talk about, now that I've had 90 days, man, to reflect. Now that I'm 90 days in, as far as my hair transplant goes, I just think about the last 3 months and going all the way back to what would be day 0 of my hair transplant. Man, I think about when I went over to Turkey and I paid $1,100 to get a flight over there. And I think about, yeah, I went to get a hair transplant, most definitely. That was the main thing. But, man, I feel like I also went over there and just had my mind so stuck on the hair that I kind of forgot to live, man. You know, I feel like Istanbul in particular, it's a beautiful city. It's a different culture. It's a lot to learn there. It's a lot to see there. Just a beautiful place, man. And I did get out and I did, you know, do my tourist thing over there. But I wish I would have maybe stayed like an extra 2 or 3 days. It might not have been wise to get the hair transplant done and then be a tourist afterwards because, you know, your grafts are sensitive. Accidents can happen. You get your grafts knocked out your head. But I think maybe I could have set my trip up to where maybe I could have went and been a tourist for like 2 or 3 days before getting the hair transplant done. Like I said, man, it's a flight that's it's an expensive flight, man, and you spend a lot of time on that flight. You know, for me it was 11 hours in total from where I left from getting back getting to Istanbul. So you pay this money, you spend all this time sitting down on this airplane, and the only thing that you really do is get a hair transplant. Again, that's the main thing. That's why you're over there. But I think if I could do it over again, like I said, I would have took maybe 2 or 3 days before getting my transplant and would have just kind of toured around a little more. Like I said, it's such a beautiful place. And even though I did, you know, get a chance to see a little bit, I feel like I missed out on a lot. So I don't know. That's just something I wanted to throw out there for people who are thinking about going in the future to get a transplant over there. Maybe think about that. You know, maybe you don't want to just go over there and, you know, get your hair transplant and sit in your hotel or just, you know, walk up the street to get something to eat. You know, maybe it's worth it, man, to get out, see some things, learn something new, take some photos. I mean, after all, you spending all this money to go over there and you're spending all this time to get there and get back. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to tell people what to do with their time, but if I could do it again, I definitely, you know, I would have played that a little different. So that's just a reflection that I had for myself, you know, in these first 90 days of my my update. What else did I want to touch on? Another thing that I wanted to touch on was just the just getting a hair transplant, man. And I don't know, man. I feel like me personally, I remember that first week of having the hair transplant, I was tripping, man. I was paranoid. I was thinking all the time that my grafts were being knocked out, that my grafts were coming out, thinking that the wind was blowing my grafts out. I was just, man, it didn't make no sense, man. I was just tripping. I was so paranoid. And yeah, I did, you know, spend my time. It was an investment, spent my money. But man, I had to really sit down and have a talk with myself. I was so paranoid for like that first week. Probably like the first 2 or 3 weeks was wondering, you know, if I had my line placed in the right position, you know, was already thinking about going back to get a second one. Haven't even seen the result of the first one yet. Just a lot of crazy stuff was on my mind, man. And I feel like I, you know, came to probably a point for like 2 or 3 weeks where I was so wrapped up in the hair. I was forgetting to live life, man. Like I said, being over in Turkey, you're in a foreign country, man. You're far away. That's a cultural experience. It's a chance to really, you know, soak it in, take advantage and learn some things. And like I said, I just went over there so focused on the hair, I feel like I missed out on some other things that could have been beneficial to me. And same thing when I got back home. I remember just kind of being in my own little world, in my own little bubble. I was just tripping, man. I was stuck on the hair. You know, man, it's not that serious, man. We obviously want our hair to turn out well. You know, we pay money, we're trying to get that thing back. But what I've come to realize is that whether I had his hair or not, man, I have to carry on, man. I have to live. I obviously wanted to come out well, you know, have good expectations for myself, have high hopes for myself. I'm optimistic. But the truth of the matter is, man, if this thing comes out at the end of 12 months like I want it to or not, I got to keep stepping, man. So, you know, I can't let no hair just dictate and define my entire existence. And I think for about 2 or 3 weeks, you know, I was kind of thinking along those lines. So just want to put that out there, man. And, you know, that was a personal experience I had. If you getting this transplant, man, definitely it's important. Do your thing, do your post-op care, keep the main thing the main thing. But also don't forget to live, man. You go to another country, go over there, man, have a good time, soak up that experience. And when the transplant is over, you know, you got to get back to your normal life. Don't be so stuck on the hair, you know. And obviously we want it to work out. We wish good things for you. But if it don't work out, man, it's not the end of the world. It's people with bigger problems, man. You know, there's people out here with no legs, no arms, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm out here without no hair, and yeah, I don't know. I don't want to ramble too much, but I think y'all get what I'm saying. So I'm going to go ahead and chop this video right here, come back and speak on another topic and what's going to be part 3 of tonight's video series.